And welcome back to Bear's Reading Nook. It's been a little bit, what started off as me just taking a small break from videos due to vacation ended up with me realizing that I was still in a slump, and I read 3 books in the entirety of September, and none of those were even the books that I had gotten from my own game and from Becca's Book-Oplathon. So I did awful on both of those. At least for right now, I'm going to put Face to TBR on hold, just because I still feel like I'm in a slump. I'm just going to share some books that I plan on getting around to in the next month or two. And we'll see how I end up doing with that. So first off, I want to get to Legion, which is by Brandon Sanderson. I think it's sci-fi short stories, and the one that I have checked out is, I think, all of the short stories in one book. And that is the next book club pick, and I want to say we're talking about that one soon because it is shorter. So that is my number one priority. Haven't started it yet. We'll see how that goes. Next would be Gauntlet, which was one of the books for I think Face TBR for September, and I did start that, but I'm only 20 pages in, and that ended up being a buddy read with my mom because I thought that it was a book that she would potentially enjoy because it's like a steampunk Middle Eastern Jumanji thing or something. Like, it's steampunk Jumanji, which steampunk Jumanji just sounds fantastic. So yeah, I definitely want to get to that soon. So the next book would be Twilight. So I've never read Twilight, but since we're talking about Legion potentially soon, the next book that was picked was Twilight, and I'm gonna give it a try, but I've not really ever had interest in that, so that's gonna be an interesting one. So now that those like kind of obligatory reads are out of the way, I guess I have a few books that I'd like to get to if I have the time. And honestly, the first one I've wanted to read since before I even bought it because it just sounds fantastic. And I married my best friend to shut my parents up, and it just sounds really adorable. It's a like fake marriage trope that turns into an actual relationship, it seems like, but I'm really excited to read it, and it's a manga, so that should be fun. I think I'd also like to get to both the second and third volumes of The Promised Neverland if I have time, or feel like picking them up, because I did read the first one sort of recently, I think within the last couple months, and so I want to see where the story picks up. And I'm excited to see where it goes. So the next book on this list is the second book in the Fair Isle trilogy. I'm not entirely sure what the name of that, or what the title is for that book. I want to say it's like To Spark a Fey War or something like that. But I really enjoyed the first one when I read it earlier this year, and I want to continue with that series. The last book on this list is actually one that, like, the concept of it just seems really fun, and I feel like it could have some funny moments, and that is Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, and basically this is body swapping by kissing. That's all I need to know. That's it. So I know that, like, a good chunk of these are, in fact, manga, but I mean, for me, manga is something that, is easier for me to read, and of the 4 books, I think I actually read 4 books last month, 3 of them were either graphic novels or manga, so they help me a lot, because even when I don't feel like reading, like, these are fun. So those are the books that I plan to potentially read in the next 2 months. So we'll see how that goes. And I will see you guys next time in the Bear's Nook. Bye!